Several comments on the video. This is an in-house video put together our staff, and they've done a wonderful job, and it's very hard to condense a whole year into 4 or 5 minutes, and so thank you to that group. That video over the last 5 or 6 years we've shown is one of the most special to me because it has introduced to you the members that are part of Sugar Land that really make us run every day. And you saw the staff and the professional and dedicated people, and all the staff here today for being here. One other person that I would like, and you saw in the video, it's easy to get him out, but is Tom DeLay. Tom, stand up and be recognized. Thank you for being here. According to our latest citizen satisfaction survey, 95% of all the residents are proud to call. Earlier this week, staff reported on the 2015 Citizen Satisfaction Survey conducted by the ETC Institute. We're delighted to see the positive results, and throughout the presentation, we will share some of the news as we report. What you've seen, we've accomplished in 8 years and most recently in 2015, but a city is never finished, and the best is still to come. As many of you know, Council establishes priorities each year to focus the City Council and the staff on the most important projects for the year. This year's priority include the safest city in America, building community, a great place to live, responsible city government, and a strong local economy. And we will focus our presentation this morning on those 5 initiatives. Our first priority is the safest city in America. According to the data, 91% of the residents indicated they felt safe overall in our community. As an organization, we know it is imperative that our citizens feel safe, and we have taken considerable action over the years to make sure they do. The beginning of 2015 saw the launch of the EMS, and we're beginning to realize the benefits of that service today. We increased the number of ambulances, we enhanced our paramedic certifications, and we have expanded our dispatch operations, and we have improved the response times dramatically. We went from over 12 minutes now to an average of 6 minutes for our most serious calls. This can be the difference between life and death. Minutes literally save lives. As of December, there's been a monthly average of 12.6 EMS calls per day and a total of 3,316 transports in its first year of operation. Going into this year, the city will continue to monitor and assess the program to continue providing the highest quality emergency medical services. Our police department has taken steps to ensure our crime rate is one of the lowest in the state. Last year, we were able to report our crime rate was the lowest it's been in 20 years, but we didn't stop there. For last calendar year, violent crimes are down 14%, aggravated assaults down 50%, and residential burglaries down 9%. We're able to accomplish this by only having a strong police presence in the community and establishing community partnerships, but it's also being committed to using technology. As an example, today, if you drive through Councilmember Porter's district, which is District 1, your vehicle will be caught on camera through a license plate recognition system. As of January, police dispatchers will now have the ability to input known wanted vehicles into this system and be alerted when that vehicle enters the city, allowing us to catch the bad guys. Technology advances have also been allowed for expanded capability in the dispatch to better communicate with both our police and our fire department. In addition to these LPR cameras, our entire patrol division, including traffic units, crime prevention units, impact units, and patrol supervisors will be suited with. I'm extremely proud of the ability to utilize the technology to better serve our residents and make them safer. But technology is only as good as the people that use it, and that is why I wanted to take a few moments to tell you just a few brief stories given to us by residents of our brave men and women who wear our uniform every day. In our police department, staff was notified of the actions of one of our police officers. A citizen told us that he was at a gas station at actually Eldridge Road and West Airport when he saw one of our officers observing a child waving at him from the vehicle. The officer then proceeded to approach the vehicle and ask the child and parent if they would like to explore the police car. The resident reported that the smile on the child's face was priceless. Sometimes that mean a lot. The second story is received by our fire department from a resident. This is a wonderful story. It's a retired elementary school principal who had called 911. She had fallen on her driveway. After refusing medical assistance, the resident recounts how the firefighters carried in her groceries and helped her get situated with ice packs. She reported that they got there in record time and were extremely kind and supportive, and she said, quote, "I was so impressed with their courtesy, their kindness, and their sincere concern for my well-being. They represent exactly the reason that so many people of all ages find Sugar Land to be a wonderful work," end quote. To our police and fire department, EMS, you have my sincere and full appreciation. Moving on to the exciting projects that help create a sense of place in our community. According to our Citizen Satisfaction Survey, 89% of the respondents indicated they were very satisfied or satisfied by the quality of parks and recreation programs and facilities. We obviously expect this number to rise due to the many new projects that we have going on within the city park system. The public art plan is well underway, which will assist us in planning for a new generation of public art in the city. The plan is envisioned as a comprehensive, multi-year initiative that will further define the city's vision for public art and outline the city's vision in 10 years. This process has included and will continue to include heavy public involvement. A public plan open house actually is scheduled in April or May, and we encourage all that are interested to please come. Because of our State Representative Miller's efforts in the state legislature, Texas is one of several states to adopt the Honor and Remember flag as their state symbol of remembrance. The Parks and Recreation Department installed an Honor and Remember flag adjacent to the current Veterans Memorial at Sugar Land Memorial Park. This area includes a surrounding plaza with concrete brick pavers. Our Sugar Land Legacy Foundation has launched a fundraising campaign to invite members of the community to engrave 100 of the bricks in honor of or in remembrance of a military service person. You can learn more about this project if you would like to purchase a brick at the Legacy Foundation website. In 2013, voters approved a $31 million bond election for various park projects. The approved propositions included development of approximately 120 acres of new parkland along the Brazos River with an adjacent festival site and connecting network of nearly 10 miles of hike and bike trails and bridges. Phase of Brazos River Park and the 52-acre festival site will open in the fall of 2016. The festival site will be used to accommodate large-scale events such as the city's 4th of July celebration, the cultural kite festival, and other entertainment events. The addition of the festival site is part of a larger effort to establish Sugar Land as a destination for events. This supports the expansion of the city tourism efforts intended to provide new revenue streams that keep our property taxes among the lowest in the state. The Brazos River Park Phase 2 is a 67-acre site. The park development will include parking lots, trails, and an overlook plaza. The open spaces and natural areas will be used for large group gatherings, field games, and other recreational activities. When Phase 2 is complete, people will have access to the recreational, culture, and leisure activities of their choice. Also expected to be completed soon is the newly constructed Imperial Connector Trail. This construction began in September of this past year and is expected to substantially be completed of this year. The trail will provide improved access to the Imperial Park as well as jogging and walking loops. It will branch off from the Imperial Park and continue to Brook Street, where it will connect to the existing Lake Point Trail. The hike and bike trail will eventually allow for continuous trail access from all of northern Sugar Land to the area south, including the Brazos River Park and the University of Houston Sugar Land. At the last council meeting, just this last week, the city completed the process to annex the 754-acre CULLINAN Park in the Sugar Land city limits. and will now provide police patrol and park maintenance services. This would not have been possible without the dedication of the Cullinan Park Conservancy Board and our recognized guests. The city worked closely with the board to see the park brought into Sugar Land's park system with the hopes of developing it into world-class facilities, bring new recreational opportunities to our community. The Conservancy Board is committed to fundraising efforts for the park, including a commitment of $10 million over the next 10 years. In fact, they have already raised $750,000, which actually triggered the annexation of this park in the city of Sugar Land. I would also like to recognize one of the many donors, the George Foundation, that has many representatives here this morning. Thank you very much for that, absolutely. Future projects for the parks include the trails and boardwalks that will allow greater access to the existing lakes and the water wetlands area, which you saw on the film, as well as locations for canoe and kayak launches into Oyster Creek, including other amenities. The design is scheduled to begin in early 2016, and the first phase of construction is expected to begin later this year. The police department has already been making security improvements, including the installation of cameras in the parking lot and 2 license plate recognition cameras at the entryway to the park. They have purchased 2 UTVs, so they can go out and play in the park, I'm sure, and 2 forward-looking infrared optic cameras for patrolling the wooded areas. With the development of the Brazos River Park and Cullinan Park, Sugar Land is now positioned to become a major destination for nature tourism in the future.